Do you have a fruit tree or a vine in your garden? I have a raspberry bush in mine, which is just starting to come back to life now the days are becoming warmer. I've noticed that some of the branches produce more fruit when they're pruned, cared and nurtured for. Some branches don't produce any fruit, so I remove those and they go into the green recycling bin. While pruning, it got me thinking about people. We are a people of productivity, aren't we? It is, on the whole, the way we approach life and how we measure our success. It is built into our lives everywhere, every day. Productivity is the basis of our economic system, isn't it? Those who produce are rewarded and get more. Those who do not can sometimes not be valued as highly. Within our educational system, the students who do well and produce are recognised and supported, while for those who do not, they can sometimes get lost in the system. Careers and promotions are based on productivity. And at some level, it's at the core of the debates around poverty, welfare, healthcare and the elderly. If they don't produce, does that affect the care that is given to them? We've been convinced that productivity is the goal and only the fittest will survive. I wonder if that isn't how many of us live our spiritual lives. How many of us have been told in some form or fashion or come to believe that pruned branches go to heaven and removed branches don't? Pruned branches produced so they are rewarded, while non-productive branches are not. In that misunderstanding, fruit is God's demand upon our life and the means by which we appease God. If we are not careful, we'll get stuck categorising ourselves and one another into fruit-bearing or non-fruit-bearing branches. There is, however, a deeper issue than the production of fruit. Productivity does not usually create a deep, abiding and intimate relationship. It creates transactions. Jesus is not talking about or demanding productivity. He wants and offers connectivity, relationship and intimacy. Fruit, or the lack of it, is a manifestation of our inferior life and health. It describes and reveals whether we are living connected or disconnected lives. Fruit production is the natural consequence of staying connected. And you can see that in long-term friendships, marriages, community loyalty. We do not choose whether or not we produce fruit. We do. However, we do choose where we abide and how we stay connected. And you know how that is, don't you? Sometimes we lose touch with a particular person. We no longer know where he or she is, what she is doing, or what is happening in their lives. One day we run into him or her. It's a bit awkward. No one is quite sure what to say. There's not much to talk about. There's no deep, abiding presence. The connection is lost. And it seems as if what had been has been thrown away. Other people we run into after 5 or 10 years, and the conversation immediately picks up where we left off those many years ago. Even though we were apart, we never left each other. There was and remains a connection, a mutual abiding that time, distance and circumstances of life cannot sever. So what fruit am I producing? How much? Is it an acceptable quality? Now those are good questions if we understand and ask them diagnostically, as questions not about the quantity of our lives but the quality of our lives. And that's what Jesus is after. That is the deeper question he is asking. It is the invitation to join the conversation. Jump into the game, to participate and to live fully alive. That only happens when the life and love and the goodness and holiness of Christ flows in us. We become an extension of and manifest his life, love and holiness. It is a relationship of union, even as a branch is united to the vine. We live our lives as one. This is not just about relationship with Jesus. It affects and is the basis of our relationship with one another. Love for Jesus, one another and ourselves becomes that one love. We soon discover we are living one life, and the fruit of that life and love is abundant, overflowing and Father glorifying. I'm going to finish today with a meditation on I am the vine, and as I read it, I suggest you put yourself into the words. I am the vine. I am your origin, your nutrients, your mainstay. Root yourself in me. Let yourself be fed. Let yourself grow closer and deeper. And in the growing, allow the pruning. Allow me to prune, to trim, to cut away your broken branches, your fruitless parts, your strivings, branches that are going to seed, and watch and wait. Wait for the new shoots. Wait for the new fruits to bud. Slowly and openly and gently, turn to my warmth and let your fruits open in my glory. Amen.